Hello again, this is Barry, and in this video I'm going to show how to add some gradient backgrounds to your filter. So let's go to File, Open. I'm going to open my filter template master. And then there's the template that we built in the last video. So let's say that we have some letters down here. I'm going to type in my school. And then I can center it on my guideline there. Oops. Okay. And then I've got my sample photos over here so I can see what this looks like. White looks will show up on most surfaces, obviously. So let's see how this looks. It looks okay. Looks good on a dark photo. And a highlight photo with a lot of white in there doesn't really show up that good. And the same thing's true on this basketball scene. So let's go back to the classroom scene. Okay, so we want to use a white font, but we really want it to pop. There's a couple of things we could do. We could trace around the font, or we could shadow it. I like to use a gradient fill, and I like to build gradient fills and keep them in my master template because you'll probably use those a lot. The first thing that you need to do is come over here to the left and switch, make sure your colors are black in the foreground and white in the background. And then come over here to your layers, and you can come right underneath the layer underneath my school and click a new layer. So put a new layer right there. And then we're going to take our gradient fill tool, which is this circle, which is got a line or got a dark shade at the top and white at the bottom. Click that, go to gradient, and then your menu will come up. You'll automatically see on your screen that it will change dramatically. So this is gradient. It goes from black to transparent. You don't really want to mess with this. You can see there's other options here. But you want to leave it on the black to transparent. You want to leave it linear. And then I would leave the angle is at 90 degrees is fine. Scale is fine. Everything here is fine. So we click OK. Now you'll notice that the gradient fill kind of goes all the way pretty high up. We just want it really across the bottom. So you'll need to go over to this layer, and then you can right click on the layer in this blue area and simplify the layer. So let's do that. Once it's simplified, you'll notice that the grabbers come on here. So you can pull it down and see you don't need to go all the way that high. I can go up about a quarter of the way up the screen and then let go. And then I click the check mark. So that's one gradient fill. Now you can't really change or edit it once you've simplified it. So if you want to add another gradient, let's go to another picture. Let's go to this basketball picture. Okay, I'm going to hide my gradient fill on the black. Let's say I wanted to put a blue one in my template. So I go to new layer, gradient fill. Oops. Already made a mistake. I got to come over here and change my color first. So let's change my color to blue. I can come over here and select blue. Let's go. That looks good. Okay, you want to go kind of darker than you think on most colors, but you can play around with it and see. So now I'm ready on my new layer to do the gradient. Okay, and you can see it automatically picks it up. Right click, simplify layer, and then pull this down like so. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to check that off right there. I'm going to do one more layer, and you can do as many as you want. You can use the your school colors if you've got more than one, or good colors that complement your school color. Let's go for a red, because that's a popular color out there. Now with red, I'm going to come down here and kind of get a brick red, a little deeper, because it is a background. Click OK. Come up here to my new layer. Go over here to my gradient tool. Select gradient fill. Click OK. Simplify the layer. Pull the grabber down. And there we go. Okay. And on this one it looks kind of purple because in the background, I have my this one selected. So let's unselect that. You only want to use one gradient at a time. But as you can see, if you build yourself maybe 5 or 6 different variations of colors and things. You'll have a whole group of tools that you can use as you build filters, and you can go through and kind of test and see what this looks like with a baseball filter. I guess green would be good for that as well. Okay, so once you have your gradient backgrounds built, you want to save your filters. So do File, Save, then OK, and then it's going to ask you if you want to override it. So I'm going to select my filter template master because I'm still building my template. Hit Save, and then I'll replace it. Thank you for watching.